Day, every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Okumuringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines today. In the headlines tonight, Minister Raphael Magezi visits Arua City with the vision of restoring sanity. Acholi leaders embrace a presidential directive on evicting Balalo. And the broken footbridge kills a businessman in Arusi sub-county. This and more in the NILE CAST News Bulletin. It's the 6th of November 2023. You're most welcome to the NILE CAST, only on West Nile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. Honorable Raphael Magezi, the State Minister for Local Government, revisited Arua City on the 4th of October 2023 in a bid to correct the mess within the city witnessed at Arua Main Market, the taxi park and other government facilities. Honorable Raphael Magezi returned to restore sanity to the city after 1.5 years, where he met the city leaders, vendors and other stakeholders in the City Council Hall. Farish Majid has more.
Raphael Magezi, the Cabinet Minister for Local Government, spent almost the whole of 4th of November 2023 in a meeting with the leaders of Arua City, the market vendors plus other stakeholders at the Council Hall. Accompanied by other officials from the Ministry of Local Government, Magezi says his main reason for returning to the city after about 1.5 years is to put an end to the mess within the city witnessed by the scandals at the main taxi park, Arua Main Market, and the recent being at the value addition plant with the new strategies he comes along with.
For me, right is right and wrong is wrong. I'm not here to seek favors and love and friendship. I'm here to seek work and involvement for Arua City. So I come for a principle. A principle now, last time I was here, we had no law. And we had just guidelines. Today I come with a law. And I want us to implement this law. I don't mind whether you think I'm a good man or a bad man. What I mind about is order in Arua City.
As a result of the scandals exhibited within the city, the relationship between some of the leaders within the city has been sour. But with this coming, this also helps the city mayor Wadrisam Nyakua and the Central Division Member of Parliament Atimabuti Lee Jackson to reconcile the differences.
We got elected, we assumed offices, we started working together, we started moving to ministries together. I want to concur with you. And that day, Honorable Minister, when you were here, you reconciled us. We shook hands. We hugged each other with the city mayor here. But what he just said, rumamongering among our members, will not let us continue with that reconciliation. City Mayor, I hope today you are saying today marks the end of the rift. Let it be the end of the rift and we move together.
When you sanctioned the investigations, Honorable Minister, I requested you, because I was one of the main subjects. I was alleged to have tendered all the toilets in the Gorofa for myself. I was alleged to have gotten 10 lockups for myself. You saw how I was abused by those people who were organized, how I was humiliated. But when we came here the following day, I decided those people should be forgiven because they don't know what they were doing. They were anyway arranged. The issues should have been resolved, but they were not resolved. I thank God you are finally here. So my quarrel with you is over.
Some of the leaders and the vendors who attended the meeting lauded the minister for coming to intervene for the second time in order to address the mess within the city.
We want to thank you. Finally, I want to request that this Market Act booklet be given to us, particularly the speakers, so that we internalize ahead of council meeting, which we are yet to go and schedule. Probably we shall have an extraordinary council meeting. Want to thank everyone. We are moving forward. We want to put aside the past and we want to cast it and we throw it completely in the doom.
One major challenge is cheap politics to gain popularity. This is what should not be there. Then the other thing is, I think the recommendation I can give one also. Now, in the recommendation, we are actually begging, asking the minister to ensure that what we have put there should be put in place, because that is a new market. Should have a very stable revenue collection, and we should keep it in order.
So this one is very holistic. We are talking without biasness. I know soon even my dad will marry Nivura. But I'm saying that what belongs to us should remain here. Maybe the movable assets, because they want to move, they want to commute and do a lot of things. But fixed assets, really. I'm just speaking from the bottom of my heart, my dear brother, honorable minister. I know soon we are welcoming you here. You will be part of this city, but you will be loved to see the leaders in very, very, very clean places. I could even not come here and sign my book in my office, but it's very unfortunate that I commute from home. At times we sit at the mayor's reception, which is very bad. We want really, thank you so much.
In order to address the mess within the rural main market, the minister also passed some resolutions, among which include forming committees to oversee the affairs of the vendors, giving priority to the initial vendors over the new ones while allocating the stalls, as well as investigating and auditing of irregularities in terms of fee collections, among other strategies. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories, the leaders and the community members of the Acholi sub-region have received the presidential directive to evict the Balalo who have been grazing in government land and the stray Balalo whose cattle has been destroying people's crops. His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni was in Amuru district to give the directive for the Executive Order number 3, 2023, which he issued 6 months ago. Stephen Okello has more.
Locals and their leaders from Acholi sub-region have welcomed a new directive the president has issued on the stray Balalo and those grazing on public land.
Much as it has been received with a mixed reaction, we are glad the president has made a decision. And the decision is that whoever has not fenced his land must exit. Whoever is not complied must immediately be exited, which is a working position for us. We shall commence the implementations immediately. He says he gives it a period of 3 weeks, that whoever is not compliant, who has no fence, who has no water, who has problem with the land, must leave. These ones we are starting immediately.
4th Division spokesperson, Major Telefa Ture Momanya, says they are ready to kickstart the implementation of the executive order issued by the president.
The moment it was mentioned, and this is the day we have been waiting for, the order is received. Now the implementation plan will continue because it has been in progress. And he has given the executive order a boost and a direction. And in it, you can see as a listening president, very democratic, he listened to all sides.
During his address, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni gave 3 weeks to Balalo who are grazing on public land and those operating without a fence to leave the region. The order were issued to UPDF 4th Division Commander and the police.
They must all go, and I give them 3 weeks to leave. And they should not go to invade other areas of Uganda. They should go either sell their cows and get money and settle. Because they have already got free money by grazing. Let them sell their cows and go and do other things.
The President also promised to meet different stakeholders in Acholi sub-region to discuss the question of land ownership by Balalo who have bought land and those who have rented and fenced their land.
Now, if there are people who have fenced their land where they are renting them, fenced properly, not just then those ones can wait until we discuss it, because we are going to discuss it in more detail. Because it's a new situation, maybe they were not aware, we are now coming in. We shall discuss when we meet the two groups, the group of His Lordship Obidoro and the other group. We shall discuss how to handle the issue now of ownership and renting agreements. How do we handle those hereafter?
The Minister of State for Northern Uganda, Grace Freedom Kuyechwiny, applauded the President for the bold decision he has taken to come and listen to the locals regarding the perception they had on the executive order he issued 6 months ago.
There are two voices. One voice is that the Balalo must go and go immediately. The other voice has told us, please go slow. Go case by case and let us promote development. And in these two areas, Your Excellency, you will wait for yourself.
However, other leaders expressed their concern about the implementers of the directives, who have been greatly compromised during the implementations, and urged President to be tough this time for the success of these new directives.
Since President came out openly, I would say we would be in position now to follow and say what can we do in regard to what President ordered. Sometimes President may order, the security personnel within the district may turn down the information given by President to become their eating slot.
The directive is part of the Executive Order number 3 of 2023, which was issued by the President while meeting the leaders from Acholi, Lango and West Nile sub-region in Baralege. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has pledged the government support in improving dairy products in the Acholi sub-region. The President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni was in Okidi parishes, Attack sub-county, Amuru district last Friday, addressing the Balalo issue in the region, stated that with the increasing number of cattle in the region, the government will ensure it establishes a value addition point for milk. Take a look.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni urges farmers from Acholi sub-region to start embracing commercial cattle keeping and pledge to support the few who are now practicing.
On the issue with the dairy industry, we are going to promote it. If the Walaro have shown you that there is money in milk, now you learn it and copy it, and we support you to develop it.
Museveni also tasked leaders from the region to start looking beyond restocking, but also encourage local farmers to move from locals to exotic cattle breeds to enable them to support the dairy industry.
You are talking of restocking. I don't think restocking will support the dairy industry. You need improved cows to get good milk.
The President's commitment comes after the Minister of State for Northern Uganda, Grace Freedom Kuyechwiny, informed the President on the progress the region is registering on dairy products.
If you had driven this road longer, maybe, you would have met motorcycles carrying milk, 40 liters, 60 liters, and they take up to a level. One of the areas then I would really think that we need to support this economy is to invest in dairy, in beef, in products, in cattle products, so that we can boost this economy.
Michael Lacogne, the chairman of Amuru District Local Government, expressed his gratitude to the President for the pledge he has made towards supporting the farmers.
President, can you give us order as a district council of Amuru so that we discuss on the issue of development? I would have loved when you come to Acholi sub-region to discuss about development.
Ruat Santo Appiere asked President Museveni to direct government programs to support the Chuli community who are just recovering from the prolonged war between Lord Resistance Army and Uganda government.
And more in our stories. Fear has engulfed residents of Irusi sub-county Nebi district as a businessman slipped to his death while walking on a broken footbridge. The victim has been identified as Stephen Munguriek, 56 years of age, resident of Nziri East Village, Irusi sub-county, as he becomes the second person to be killed by the broken footbridge this year, 2023. Alfred Jawok reports.
The victim has been identified as Stephen Munguriek, 56 years, a resident of Nziri East Village, Eru sub-county, as he becomes the second person to be killed by a broken footbridge this year. The late Munguriek was reportedly washed away by running water on Friday night towards midnight as he attempted to cross the broken bridge, and his lifeless body was discovered on Sunday morning by women who went to fetch water 1 kilometer away from where the incident happened. Emilio Kerleth, the brother to the deceased, recalled how his elder brother was helpful to them as he was a seasoned businessman in Irusi sub-county. He said that the broken bridge will continue killing people if not worked on by the district.
Ma ubiri singa bis etwero te ka pare dar sami tino ka wira chala ngam nam ni chunja ana bin sana so nam ko de kara sela ga ma dok so ni mana wuru ko bange pai paso do chako be penju ka do ti pare be wato nya en bin sana mana sing sing bi te lo ka du ko có đúng không chắc còn ngay đôi chút đúng với nhau găng phên hoạt và mua được về và chắc chủ số đúng xem là biết đấy chứ có nhiều người mà mình đã uống em đúng có sai nhau tìm nó được về đến từ hóa cho mẹ lẽ đúng biết này ra thì nên vô lô đàn người.
According to Charles Oriakun, the area local council one chairperson Jupanziri East Village said the deceased was seen at the trading center and eventually fell into the running water as he attempted to cross the footbridge. Oriakun added that for several times as leaders, they contacted the district to construct a permanent bridge on the water but paid deaf ears.
Stephen Kain dia pek mau open wang kain dia ti yo fit fin magwe matalembe ne bridge mo ende kar ko kare woni ko tuat pere malo jo tv ngo bir LC3 ko jodong mo ngen do ko malo ka woni en dan ma do puta bridge en dum wen ki do ko tuong moko tode ni moko tora gi so wado ni ko wa ko kani ko wondong wang mo do ci bu nyirengo sa moko dong wando mo pesa ko temle mo ko ma dong benya swini iwade dong samo ata chop sera mamalo kisabu nyu dwan roye ndie magna ngiwi lemeni mataleme samo ko pesha ko robo sa ko tim kadi waktu wag mo ade lembe dungo daro ol wote ko shan fin maraj makacha ka woni eni mego ka woni to ka woni en to dong mal sanja ne ko waj gibin ginen ko bangi de gibinen brine de kiso binu dengo endon kon ma dong tiango ka ndie kon to bolu ku dong tiango ni ndane gidong.
Christopher Pera, Secretary Clan Chief Nziri Clan, has appealed to Nebi District local government to safeguard the community by restoring the broken bridge which connects school and churches in the area. Opera expressed his disappointment over the failure of Nebi District local government to help people at grassroots.
NRM Jupan Nziri maro NRM juro tela mabe jolo do gimalo giti FTC e oketo gin magiro mane timo depe gamba papati gama mondo magine eno go nguru motie doko nongo subkanti mo mi rurusi bridge voyogi nguru de vogi sika diki do ki central government bino la ruare gi wato gidana mi subkanti gichopo ngo meni kalba ne betopcha yerusi buto doko urario para chubu kelu na kalba di wetado ko bridge mayo pe rejo wondo ka gibino ken gi wondo nia gini gibino tado do gikelo material ti sub county vovo marai ka gibino gin ko ngi wacho koruru upe gibeneno go LC gide health center 3 mutie gibeneno go school mi pachaka gibeneno go odia para sel ko gide kaka gide soko mutie eni zodane gibeneno go uketo ngombi ni fare ti ngombi ro so e doka bezongo dana mi gide ni trading center kaka kide magemi ko revenue ni gide ni government kunyo tax kana ngopirana wacho kujumi nyano kom gimeti mo pe eni shirtin mo to bani miyo ka shopre o mako gelarwa ngo mako na brin mai do buy school de tereto o dia ko yuginde o dubini e.
Meanwhile, when our reporter contacted Nibi District Chairperson Emmanuel Orombi over the incident, he conveyed his condolences to the bereaved family, but said the bridge is on a community road, which should have been managed by Rusi Sub-County local government. He added that last year, the district has procured culverts and handed over to Rusi Sub-County local government. He is optimistic that the bridge will be worked on by the end of this year.
One thing that people need to know, that road is a community access road. It's not a district local government road. It means it is for a Rusi Sub-County to come up with the initiative. But as I was moving around and also for campaign during our work as well, one time I went there, but I saw that there is no sub-county that can manage that. And that's why I went and lobbied for. We have put culverts, gabion boxes, all the materials, even when it comes to procurement. On our part, we have done. Now we are waiting for Rusi Sub-County to start construction. Otherwise, the labor is the one that the Rusi Sub-County is supposed to pay. But all the materials and other things, even if you go at the headquarters right now, you see, for us, we have done our part. And that is lobbying. Otherwise, it's not my initiative. Otherwise, I have bridges like Namkin, I have bridges like Nambuodo, Kibera, then Orieire, and the rest to make. But I've thought it wise that road needed my attention, and as a district head, I've done my part. I pray that they fast track and they do the best they can as for now. But even right now, it is very hard to construct a bridge during rain time. We are thinking that we can start our engineering work probably early December. For now, let our people be very careful. I caution them to work very well when they are passing.
Our attempts to get comments from a Rusi Sub-County chairperson proved futile at the time of filing this story, as his known phone number could not be reached. Recently, 2 children from Jupanziri Primary School were saved by Good Samaritan after they fell into the same water. The footbridge connects over 2,654 people to Jupanziri Health Center 2, school, online market, and churches. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories. 4 villages, several hectares of field, and a number of animals have gone missing after River Amur burst its banks in Balalas Parish, Laropi Sub-County, Moyo District on Sunday, the 5th of November 2023, leaving behind miseries among the people in the community. Okumu Dominic reports.
The heavy floods destroyed several houses, swept through several hectares of crop in the garden, and swept away several animals in the villages of Monoko, Gbalala East, Gbalala West, and Gbalala Central, leaving the residents in dire need of shelter and foodstuff. Mrs. Edea Grace, a resident of Monoko village who lost several hectares of crops, say she has been paying her children in school using the money realized through the sale of her crops, but now wonders how she will be in position to pay her children in school after the havoc caused by the floods.
Batteria mairene ama school fees no kwa ekasi bogose dajaro dene bogwise yonzipe ekaise yonzipe drama do taiteo sanya tawakasi anyi ba rongo ampa dia nyindrema tadiaru dia nyame konye waya dia nyame konye payane amala dajaro dene batteria mairene ama iwe zengo ne aneko.
Mrs. Raleo Rosa Moko, a resident of Balala Central Village, said they have lost several houses and household items due to the floods and request the government to come to their aid.
Asile zama kodan tansile kitari amanini kadi iyi yari gorodule uli amachoife amachoperi siri amafatalera choalinga duli kumbura ongojoa di buru au inditro kami konyi wa mwese skufisi ni warabaki draro hivo wa manika kiama iya gamete kurubuki etilisti re idi oluku di patiri na amada itapae joni si que konyi kiama at least bati pepe di dobasio kiama ni susha ama tuti kurili dreken kiama ni opo batiri ni katala pe ama iya kari kiama wo vilonya disi tebe jodra lonya ni yu joisa yu ama iya tani mpape ongo kaki konyi sala pe ama iya idisi kari kiama mi ama woni ke gamiti urudi manzo.
Mr. Maku Taratizio, the local council one chairman Balala West Village, said the floods have caused untold suffering to the community members of Balala Parish in general and therefore urge the concerned authorities to consider helping the people with relief aids.
Dulu via di ini agasa ini raro di kochani kecadi domvu ame soroni bu amaditro akwa anya ambuari toyote josese amagbalala diare kabatiri amariro kwe ambusi ongo merisa amabea kidiadro anya yotombura jo atalera rito yotombura tanyale yo oko iare kayo mindasi kai kukudi aike dadu aisa eyo abatiri ado kwa ado sia fizia iri kwa ado sia isa yo dese laki amadri belalari akarega ama gometia kokwe ama konyi walonyari rega voa ewa selta na isidi batia kusa kapetia ewa jodri rega amala drero ama dekasa kare de joso eyo si kikonyi ama kinjaya amadine alsene batiri amaritro ama devisiko.
Honorable Draconi Caesar, the chairman, Local Council 3, Laropi Sub-County, urged the ministry responsible for disaster to act swiftly in helping the people in the parish, saying the destructions caused by the floods is a clear indication of looming hunger among the population, which needs to be addressed.
As you have now seen, a number of houses collapsed down, some walls are being cracked down, crops are destroyed, number of chicken drowned, number of goats went missing. I think this is clear sign of hunger. So my appeal to the relevant authorities, especially the District Disaster Committee, to send this message to concerned ministries, at least to intervene in the rescue of my community, especially for the shelter, for the staff. Otherwise, I don't think how the future of my community will be. And in the case of shelter, I'm appealing to the school authority of Balala Primary School, but unfortunately, the school has not been closed for the third term. Otherwise, I will advise my community to go and use the facility of the school. But nevertheless, the church is there. I will go and approach the priest and the catechist. If they accept, at least the people who are affected will just go and use the facility.
Honorable Ojali Gabriel, the councillor representing Laropi Sub-County to the District Council, requests the District Disaster Management Team to act fast on the matter and engage the central government so that cases of cholera can be prevented in the community.
A situation where one person cannot, even the district alone cannot handle this. We are therefore calling upon our MPs also to forward this to the higher authority, that is the national. So we are therefore praying hard that this prayer could go through. and at least some accommodation in terms of carpets that could be brought to rescue the situation around, because sleeping where to sleep is a challenge. Even mosquitoes are now actually breeding all over the compound. So this has really caused a disaster. And the latrines now, this is also going to cause a problem of cholera, definitely, if we are not prepared. Because now there is the open defecation free, since all the latrines have been destroyed, and even shelters are not there. So for that matter, we are praying to the entire nation to look into this, such that we also fit in the situation where the government pronounces itself that prosperity for all.
This is the second time Galala Parish has been hit by floods this year, with the first one happening in August, but however the current one has caused more disaster than the previous one. By the time of filing this story, the district disaster management team are still locked up in a meeting about the floods, which has covered most parts of the district, stretching from Dufele, Laropi Sub-County, Laropi Town Council, Aluru Sub-County, and parts of Moyo Town Council. I'm Dominic Antonio Kumu for West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories, hundreds of locals from Terego district got empowered through the One Health approach as means of controlling diseases. This was during the international celebrations of the One Day commemorated annually on the 3rd of November to raise awareness on the One Health approach that looks at the environment, human beings and animals working together to control diseases, since all three are interrelated. Farish Majid reports.
The International One Health Day is commemorated every 3rd of November globally to raise awareness on how to create a holistic relationship towards the health of animals, human beings, and the environment as a strategy to avoiding diseases. During this year's international celebrations that took place at Kubala Main Market in Terego District, hundreds of the locals got trained on how the three aspects under the One Health approach can harmoniously coexist, with focus on ending zoonotic diseases, which can spread from animals to humans, as well as from humans to animals. This year, Maltese International, in partnership with Kulika Uganda, a non-profit organization, organized Terego District's Maiden and the 8th international celebrations of the One Health Day, where hundreds stand up at Kubala Main Market. Magadalen Amujal, the executive director, Kulika Uganda, says West Nile region has the risk of zoonotic diseases, a reason why there is need to sensitize the masses through the One Health approach.
West Nile has issues of zoonotic diseases because One Health should say that One Health started with issues of zoonotic diseases. And like I said again, zoonotic diseases are diseases which are passed from humans to animals, and from animals to humans. So one of it, a zoonotic disease, is rabies. So maybe I should first say that one of the vaccinations that we're going to do is for dogs in this region, so that each dog will have a certificate of vaccination, so that we don't begin to fear dogs, especially when they come around. So that's one of the things we're going to do. So rabies, anthrax, all that are some of the diseases, the plagues, the hemorrhagic diseases, the bolas, all those are zoonotic diseases, which are passed from animals to humans, and humans also have a possibility of passing them to the animals.
Similarly, Wilfred Chakwa, the Terego District Production Officer, says that there is need to empower the locals of West Nile region because of the geographical location of the region as it borders two countries, which may make it difficult to curtail in terms of outbreaks.
For us, people from West Nile here, we also have traced all the predisposing factors. In the case of outbreaks, we may be having challenges. One is our location, we are bordering Congo and Sudan. That's one thing. And the wars in Congo and Sudan, those are issues. The wars in Congo and Sudan, those are issues which are affecting also us. People move up and down, and this can also cause transmission of diseases. We have issues to do with the poor structures and systems, disease control infrastructure. We have issues like here, the porous borders, and which are not properly managed. People can cross anytime, even with their animals, and those are all predisposing factors. And our border points, most of them, they do not have holding capacity, all the holding grounds. I think it is only rubber that's having holding ground and the quarantine stations in case of outbreak, all those here. And our surveillance system and the human resource capacity, and we need to do surveillance and laboratory diagnostics, and those are the areas where we also need to see. So we need to see that they need to be addressed. And other issues also.
Meanwhile, Dr. Andreas Schulz, a pediatrician and global health advisor working with Maltese International, says there is need to train the young generation through the One Health approach so as to eradicate the zoonotic diseases.
We have to start, teaching our children, showing them that we're not alone. We have to take care of our animals that we have, and we have to take care of the environment. We cannot just, for example, continue chunking off the trees and trying to burn. We have to think about how are we replanting. We cannot just think about, how are we going to feed our soil, how are we going to feed our animals without knowing where does the food come from. And the same is true for us humans.
Obiga Mario Kania, the State Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, who was the chief guest at the function, lamented that the Ugandan government is already implementing the approach.
So what you are doing and what the world declared as one health project or one health forum is what has already been studied, practiced in Uganda for some time. And that's why you see today all these children who are born, they don't have polio. All of them. They don't have polio. Under the NRM government, the only role the people have is to produce. As far as death by polio is concerned, that one is finished. There used to be guinea worm. That one is finished. Even the malaria, which chased the white men from Africa, the white men who chased them from Africa, is about to be eliminated in Uganda. So as a government, our policy is preventive. And we're very happy that our partners have come to join this struggle, this revolution for good health.
Kanye lauded the partners for joining hands in order to train the masses so as to eradicate the diseases. Several plays connected to health were performed by the various schools, as well as speeches from the various stakeholders also focused on health of human beings, animals, and the environment as a strategy of eradicating the zoonotic diseases through the One Health approach. During the celebrations, 1.4 billion Ugandan shillings One Health project that will run for 29 months was also launched and will be implemented in the refugee hosting districts of Madiokolo and Terego districts, where 400 households are expected to benefit from the initiative. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, NILE CAST.
A very good evening, viewer. You're most welcome to the NILE CAST Sports News only on West Nile Television. I'm Okumaringa Christine, filling in for Owen Ezaga Footbirbo, and more on what's happening in the sports news. As the 2023 FUFA Drum quarter-final fast leg kicked off on Saturday with 2 games on the schedule. On Sunday, West Nile Province, the defending champions, welcomed the Buganda Province in a highly anticipated encounter, which ended in a draw of 2-2 at Luo Grounds in Nebi District. Alfred Jawok has more.
The Sunday game received more reactions from football fans who expected win over Buganda Province at Luo Grounds in Nebi District. Though the home side dominated most of the proceedings in the first half with numerous attacks but could not convert them to many goals. West Nile Province took the lead in the 12 minutes from Rotomeo Cromwell's super header after a sideway aerial delivery from Atendele Gerigam, but shortly cancelled by Gerald Ogweti, which brought the game to level. Before the halftime whistle in the extra added minutes of the first half, the visitors took the lead through Yase Mugerwa powerful strike, which left the goalkeeper Anyama Richard with no chance. West Nile Province made it level after Wahab Gaddafi's superbly corner kick delivery that got Bright Vuni with a powerful header. Gaddafi Undoga, West Nile Province supporter from Pakwach district, is optimistic that West Nile Province will win in the return leg next Sunday in Kampala.
It has been really a hard game, but we thank God that we managed to make it to a draw. But we are more expecting that we're going to make it in the return leg. We know that we never had a couple of our players, and most of our players are troubled with the night.
Fred Lewandowski, spokesperson West Nile Province, received the results but urged the players to concentrate more as this will prove their strength as defending champions.
We expected to win this game because we played at home, but sometimes in football things don't happen like we expect. We are going to take this result. We still have very good teams for the semi-finals, and we are going to take up that chance to try and do it away from home in Kampala. So we are disappointed, but that is not the end of it. If we have so many results, whatever God did, we have to take it. The boys gave their all. It wasn't just our day. We had a lot of chances that we should have managed to give us all the 3 points. But as I said, football has its own results that it can give. So we are going to take this result and try to make a difference to give us a win.
Yusuf Kwanoka, a player from Buganda province, is convinced that the results will favor them in return leg and is optimistic that his province will advance to semi-finals. Emmanuel Urombi, Chapaso Local Council 5, Nebi District, thanked the organizers for choosing Nebi to host the game. Urombi appeals to FUFA grant Greater Nebi as a Lur province since Greater Nebi has also potential players.
This game was so wonderful, and it's actually, for me, it's first time to host it, and I believe many of our people have enjoyed. You can see the population that has come. I believe the entrance at the gate was also good. This shows that we love football, but only we lack initiative by government to bring it. But also I would love to thank FUFA so much for bringing the game closer to our people. Those days it has been hard for us to know what is taking place, but this one is good. At least it has inspired so many young people and so many players from many clubs within Nebi, Zombo and Pakwach, even Mario Polo. They were all here now seeing how their colleagues are doing, and also I think it gives them more aspiration into the game, but also to our local people. It encourages parents and us to love sports, encourage our children to professionalize sports. But to us as local government, maybe we are so proud of this, particularly Lur sub-region. It's our prayers that FUFA will officially one day recognize us. That will be even to us anything. I'll not ask for the venue to host or anything, but I'll ask, can you give us a Lur sub-region so that we can play as a region of our own in FUFA. That will be the great thing, because even right now you can see a regional game we are already having. Ananyagak alone, we have already about 9 clubs. 9 clubs, 4 from Zombo, 2 from Nebi, and then 3 from Pakwach. All this you can see. It shows that there are so many talents within, and you cannot drive outside Nebi or within Greater Nebi more than 3 kilometers without finding a very strong club. This is already a good aspiration and a good move to bring sports down and to professional sports in Uganda.
Meanwhile, Amisi Kayondo, District Police Commander Nebi said they have planned for the security ahead of the game, which ended successfully without security threats.
I'm happy to report that the security was very tight. We expected very many people and we had to plan accordingly. I thank my colleagues from the neighboring districts of Zombo and Okolo and even those of them. We had great manpower from other areas and the security was just enough. Nothing like fighting, nothing like stealing, everything went on well. The organizers also did a very good work. They informed us in advance, which was very important. Security is managed by planning before, during, and after.
West Nile and Buganda province now awaits the return leg to determine the province that will make it through to the semi-finals. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV Sports.
And that, viewer, marks the end of the NILE cast, only on West Nile Television.